What's going on, everybody? Welcome in to another edition of the Tuesday Track Talk, episode number 99. Could go Daniel Suarez, we could go Carl Edwards, Moran.
Lots of options.
Yeah, we can go through there. I'm your Tiger Jersey Cam,
I'm your Jack Mankel.
And I'm your gas man, Kim.
and we got a pretty packed discussion here. I think we're going to focus a lot on the NASCAR race at Bristol because there's a lot that came out of that. We'll touch briefly on the short track championships that we had at the Wisconsin Dells this past weekend, mainly the Sunday show. We'll cover our news for the week, crown a wheelman, and then look at the weekend ahead as we make our race picks as well. So before we dive too deep in, what's been going on, fellas, since we last reconvened with each other?
Yeah, just kind of a low key weekend. It's kind of nice.
There you go.
Gotta spend a little time with family, so that was kind of nice. It was just watch a little race and hang out with family. It was just pretty chill. It was kind of nice.
Same here. A lot of football and sprinkling and racing. So, a good time of year for us. Weather's nice. A lot of football, and then some good racing going on. So, fun time of year.
I picked something up here the other day. I haven't showed you guys yet, but picked up an old Menards racing calendar.
Oh, nice.
So
Oh yeah.
saw this on the shelf while I was walking through the store. And I'm like, you know what? What the heck?
Hell yeah.
So no, I got the chance to go racing this weekend again. Which we'll touch on here a little bit, but I had to work on Saturday, so I didn't really get to venture out too much. But cool.
Right.
So we'll touch on the short track championships real quick. Again, we'll touch on the Sunday show, if anything. The super late models, being that I was boots on the ground for that. Track changed quite a bit. First practice was under overcast skies, kind of cool for first practice, but then when they went out for their final practice, 15-minute final practice, the sun came out, it jumped up about 15 degrees. Track was slick. I'm gonna break our PG-13 rating here right away. I heard one of the guys said this thing fucking sucks.
Yeah, that concrete is kind of giving guys fits a little bit this year.
Yep. So, decent field. You had your normal contenders there as well, but some guys struggled as well. So as we got into the race itself, it was a short invert. It was 6 plus the roll, which was a 1. So you had a 7. So you had all your fast guys pretty much right up in the front. And it didn't take long for the fast guys to get up front, mainly Fredrickson and Sommers. Those were your two hammers there in that one. Good display of Midwest racing. We only had one caution for a single car spin. And then we got a 74 lap green flag run to end the race. And it's, for lack of a better term, Fredrickson just dominated. Got up front and just took off. So
Fredrickson's shown flashes that he can pour the coals to it when the car is right. He's shown that there's speed in those cars. And again, we've said it a few times. It's just going to be a matter of time before they start stringing these together, and anywhere they go, they'll be tough to beat.
Yep. Dells is becoming a little bit of a favorite for him, I think, at this rate. So.
Mm-hmm. Hey, he's got a handful there already.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
I think probably not only a favorite for him as a driver, but a favorite to win when he shows up. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Casey Johnson was your fast time there today. Almost broke the track record. He ended up finishing third, but he was right on Sommers there at the end there. Just could not get around him. Max Kaler was fourth, Storm from 12th, so he was kind of your hard charger for the day. Oh, excuse me. Benhouse was just kind of stagnant. He started fifth, finished fifth. Just kind of didn't have much going for him. He kind of got caught in some traffic, some lap traffic. Restarts kind of bit him a little bit as well. We would fall back a little bit and have to gain his way back up. Um, yeah, just kind of a quiet day for him. Um, Ryan Farrell, another bug for him. Not motor this time, but he did get roughed up a little bit. Think he broke or had a suspension piece maybe bend on him or a flat tire, one of the two. So he pulled it off close to the end of the race. Um, Kind of just wanting to save it, obviously, and come back to race another day. So, but no, overall, just again, clean race. Obviously, having a long green flag run really, you gotta be set up for that for every kind of run. There's both short and long there, and just Fredrickson put the whoop into him. So
Yeah.
good race. 60th run in the short track national championships. Glad we could keep them going after they moved away from Rockford. Um, I think over time it's gonna become another storybook event. So
Yeah, you can tell that the prestige of the event is kind of slowly starting to grow.
again, yeah.
Yep, for sure.
So no, just want to touch on that real quick, being that I was there. So already looking forward to next year, see when that ends up happening. It kind of worked out that a live five got postponed to then.
Yep.
Maybe we'll make it a live five race, a normal for that. I don't know. We'll see. So
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool.
so all right, let's talk about some NASCAR at Bristol, and this is gonna take up the chunk of the conversation today. Um, Right out of the gate, though, the big storyline was the tires. There was a lot of question around the right side tire. Hamlin brought up in his actions detrimental the week before that it was going to maybe be a lot softer tire again, and we got the results.
Yeah, it shredded them, and the track did not take it. So, it was just that first green flag pit stop. It was like the spring race a couple of years ago when it was like video game esque speed differences. And man, that was entertaining to watch. I think everybody when they were watching when the first car came down pit road is it was going to be what were those right sides going to look like? And when they were down to the cords, it was kind of a little bit of panic mode for 95% of the rest of the field. And then you had some guys that were just going to run it long and see what they could do. But yeah, I think it was all eyes on that first car coming on pit road to see what those tires looked like.
Yep. Funny thing was though is that you had your guys come down at like that 25, 30 lap mark, but you had guys stretched out to that 50, 60, not quite 60, but the 50 mark.
Well, yeah, on the quick math, it was going to have to be 50 laps on a set of tires, and then obviously Goodyear came out and said, "We got you another set." Um, they were gonna have to go 50 if Goodyear didn't release another set.
Yep.
So yeah, I track didn't take rubber and it shredded tires, and it made them a premium in terms of that. But then you also had the premium of track position. So, pitting under green flag really was a 2 lap penalty, if you want to call it that. You were going to give up 2 laps coming down under green flag conditions. So, you just kind of had to pick your poison in terms of which one you felt strongly either for or against. So,
I think there was a little bit of. I thought in practice did they go 75 laps with minimal cording?
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but
were.
And
I also heard that the race was a lot cooler than what practice was as well.
correct, which is to the point is kind of like it because I would have to say there's a good share of people that were hitting the oh shit button Saturday night when tires are cording as quick as they were
Yep.
after the practice session. But I don't know. I thought it was just overall the race. I think Brad K said it best in his post race interview. Just felt like old Bristol, bottom feeder, a lot of bump and run, and for the most part, relatively clean bump and run. Guys moving them and getting them up the track, and yeah, it was.
Well, it
I would
made
have
the
to say. I would have to say. I think, considering our current playoff format, everything where this track is at in the playoff format, checks just about every box for NASCAR. I think. You had
Yep.
the night race. You had a little bit of chaos with the tires, and then not only that, but then you had Bowman, who was oh so close to putting himself through to the round of 12. It was no shortage of no shortage of storylines across the board.
Well, and you had the Chase Elliott wreck.
Yep.
And that, of course, flipped the script right away, too, because, like, when they interviewed him, he was, like, clueless on the situation. Like, there's no way I can make it. And they're like, you're 30 points to the good yet. He was, like, I don't want to say completely lost, but he was, like, so out of touch with that conversation, right? Like, you assume the worst, hope for the best. But without having an update, he just seemed lost, to be honest. It's like completely out of it. But yeah, that was kind of another piece of that is he got wrecked, and of course, then you just watch him see where that whole situation shakes out. So,
To that point, you talked about Bowman almost racing his way, and obviously Cindric kind of helped that situation with his troubles that he had, that car getting on fire the way that it did. It's lucky that he was able to keep going.
Couple cars we had go up in fire.
Yep, Barry was the other one, which he wasn't able to finish, what a disastrous round for him.
well, the thing about it is the two team got to learn from how the 21 team handled it. As soon as that thing caught on fire, they brought Cindric down right away where Barry tried to run.
Yep.
And or couldn't get down, whatever the situation was. They kept running and running and running, trying to get a yellow. And it made the playbook. It laid the playbook out for the two team. As soon as they saw they had a fire, bring it down, let's put it out and go back out.
Yep.
So, unfortunately, Cindric got to learn from the transpiring of the 21 team. And golly, they didn't even finish a race in the first round.
Yeah.
And the sad part is like Barry, I think he said in one of his interviews, it'd be easy to be frustrated if they showed up and they were just off the pace across the board. But dude, had a fast car everywhere they showed up, but that sometimes is just the way sport can be unforgiving at times. And I just sometimes when it rains, it pours. And for him, that was, I mean, he had a fast car. Didn't he start front row at Darlington?
Second row.
Second row, went around. And then last weekend, didn't he go around on like the second lap?
He made it like 15 or 20.
He made a few laps, but it was still early in the race, yeah.
Yeah, it was under 20 and he got drunk.
So, I mean, you feel bad for the guy. But yeah, I mean, I would say with where he's at in that program, one, unexpected, two, stock up going forward.
Oh, big time.
Because I'll be honest, and I don't want to. I just won't even say it. Harrison Burton set the bar pretty low, for expectations in that car. And I will be honest with you, I didn't have Barry winning as soon as he did this season, and nor I guess I would have put him like 16-20. I wouldn't have put him in the playoffs, to be honest with you.
You didn't have him even winning, probably.
Correct. No. And going into the year, I'd have been like, yep, he's going to be one that going into that Daytona race, he's going to be 16-20. Can't quite point his way in, so he's got to win, but he's on the fringe. So, yeah, I don't know. Stock up to that team.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean,
in the whole, I just can't quite wrap my brain around this whole Jizzy situation. Like, honestly,
I mean, again, just a disastrous first round for him.
Oh, like, can we talk about this? Like, can we just talk about this for a minute? He had 4 wins going into the playoffs,
and he got snipped. Sayonara, pal.
Going into the playoffs, where was he seated?
3rd or 4th? He was top 5.
Yeah.
He won the 2nd most number of races in the regular season.
So here's my question to you guys. There's a lot of differing opinions on this playoff format. Where do you guys stand on a situation like that?
You got to perform when it's the time. Plain and simple.
I mean, I think we've said it time and time again. He cracked the code. The Trackhouse cracked the code with him of winning races and getting guys in the playoffs, whatever. But unfortunately, when you look at the playoffs and you go, oh boy, we got three ovals in the first round that are all kind of different racetracks.
And tough at that.
Yeah. I mean, my question to you would be, with Trackhouse and where SVG was ranked going into the playoffs, did they think he could ride around 20th to 30th and get out of the first round to get to the oval? Did they think that was going to be enough? Ultimately,
absolutely.
That was little FAFO, and it just like didn't pan out, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it, they finished.
Go ahead.
I was going to say they finished 32nd at Darlington, got a whole whopping 5 points there.
Really patted the buffer there.
Worldwide Technology, you finished 25th, got 12 points there.
He was below the cut line coming into Bristol.
And then, Bristol, you got 26 with 11. But the big thing, honestly, this is what separates some of those guys from the others, stage points. You didn't get any of those stage points to help your cause.
Buddy, you ain't scoring stage points running in the 2s and the 3s. Like, I don't know. Maybe they thought, he's not great on the ovals. Let's just see if we can.
Let's flip the stage so we can get the stage points.
Something.
You kind of got to play your battles. You know you're not going to win the race, but you got to get the points.
And they were below the cut line going into a racetrack that in the spring, Van Gisbergen thought he had an issue, but he didn't. He was trying to get his bearings about the situation, and come to find out, I mean, in reality, did anyone have him winning 4 races? Maybe
2 or 3.
I'd have said 2 to 3. I'd have capped him at 3, and I'd have thought somebody would have cracked the code on this. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, playoff format, like, I'm going to ask Cam, I'm going to ask you this question. What would your temperature have been, say he gets himself into the round of 8?
Round of 8 or round of 12?
he wins the Roval and gets out of the round of 12 and gets into the top 8. How would you feel about that? Because I hate to break it. He's just not a top 8 guy in the Cup Series.
I think if he would have made it to the round of 8, I would have bought a shirt from Bowman's website that said hack, and I would have crossed out the 4 and put 8 and made it 88.
Okay. So that's about what I figured you'd say.
But I will say this. I mean, talk about a guy that I don't know that he's going to get like, I don't know that he's ever going to get in the round of 12 because of this mental hurdle that he's got to get through with Bristol. That track is so far rent free in his head from the spring. He pulled in thinking he had a problem, and he didn't. It's just Bristol, baby. And then that track, he's below the cut line. And he was shaking in his boots going into Saturday night, going, "Oh my God, I'm not good here, and I got to try to win this thing." And then he got so rattled he self-spun himself in the race. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess. So here's where I was coming from with that question is we can sit here and complain about the playoff format, which I very openly do. Of here we go. Here's a one-trick pony. He only can win on tracks that you have to go left and right. But I guess if he can win 4 races and get zapped off in the first round, I guess let's keep rocking it.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna expand on the question here. Do you think the right 4 guys got eliminated in this first round?
Let me think. Well, Austin Dillon was a given.
All right, and I assume by this conversation, SVG was a given as well.
I didn't know. See, that was the damn thing.
But no, I'm just saying, like, looking at the pre-playoff picks, obviously we all filled out a bracket. Did you have these 4 guys being the first 4 guys out?
I had Chastain going out, if I'm being honest. Let me log into that. Let me log into that thing.
Can you talk to me about who got eliminated?
Yeah, it was
Dillon, SVG, Bowman, and Barry.
Dillon, yes.
Yep.
Barry, yes.
Yep.
Bowman, I put through the round to the round of 12.
Okay.
And where do you log into this damn thing?
I don't know. I took screenshots. So I had 3 of the 4 correct as far as going out. The only difference was I had Chastain in replacement of SVG.
Yeah, to me, do I see it? Yes, I didn't think I had good old Rossi boy finding his way through there. I don't. Yeah, I didn't. What is this? What in the Christ?
Cal, if you go to the are you on your computer or?
Yeah, I'm on my computer. I'm on the NASCAR home website.
Go to the playoff standings. And then there's the option to playoff grid challenge.
Dude. Jeez, did I not submit mine or what?
You got to log in.
Yeah, I did on my computer.
Buddy, guys are struggling here.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised. Like, I don't think I had Barry getting through the first round. Talking out loud. Okay, well,
here we go. I got mine pulled up.
Yeah, me too. Now we're cooking with gas. I have 11 of the 12 correct.
So you got 3 out of the 4 correct as far as eliminated.
Yeah. The only one I got backwards was SVG and Ross Chastain.
So you did the same thing I did.
Yep. So I had Barry, Dillon, and Bowman getting eliminated. So I flip flopped SVG and Ross Chastain, and we found out in a hurry that unfortunately SVG ain't the points he earned in the regular season ain't enough to get through a round running as bad as he did.
Yeah, so I'm in rough shape already.
That's going to crush me for the round of 8 because I had him winning the Roval to get through the round of 8.
Same.
You
Yeah,
guys talked me right into it.
I got 10 of 12 right. And the only difference is I put Bowman through instead of Chastain. And
Okay,
then
you got another one.
And then I obviously put Jizzy through. And
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Who else did you have getting eliminated?
So it should have been Dillon, Barry,
yeah,
Chastain,
and Elliott. Mine tells me it scratches them all and tells me which one I was.
Cindric.
Oh, you had Cindric, huh?
Cindric. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm in decent shape. It's going to hurt me next round when it scores the next round because the best I can go is 7 of 8 in the next round.
Same.
So let's go back to the race a little bit and finish up our thoughts on that. And then I've got let's do a little bit of looking ahead, expectations moving forward. One shocker I'll throw out there from Saturday night that showed he's got a pulse is the old 54 team.
Yeah, to a certain degree.
Yep, I could agree with that. Kozlowski having a good run as well. The one that I really wanted to talk about, Corey Heim in that third track house, or not track house, 2311 car.
Yeah, he finished 6th.
Yep.
Didn't have that on my bingo card, to be honest.
I thought I saw something that Corey Heim is more top 15s than Riley Herbst does this year.
And to that point, I was going to say, I think I don't want to say clear as day, but that is Toyota's prodigy.
Oh,
next up and comer. And to anybody that I think is in a Toyota seat right now, that is fringe performance, you've got to be uneasy.
Oh, big time.
What?
Yep.
Dude is absolutely lighting up the truck series, and then he hops in a Cup Series car and goes top 10.
Starting from 38th. Dude played the short track game with the tires.
Yep.
So, no, I can't. Gibbs had a good run as well. Can't deny that. A couple years in a row now that he's had a good run.
And while we're on it, I think I'm guessing contractually I don't know the situation, but I don't want to say set the world on fire in this race, but yeah, John Hunter Nemechek finished 14th and Eric Jones finished 20th. That is 2 cars that I would be a little bit stock up on going into next year. I feel like the first half of this year, they've just trying to get things figured out. And I feel like this second half of the regular season it's just too little too late.
Yep.
And I don't know. I think those 2 cars, they've finally found something where they can show up with speed. And, if Jones and Nemechek don't beat themselves, they can run well. So, yeah, didn't set the world on fire on Saturday night, but 14th and 20th is I feel like we're respectable, and we're continuing to talk. They're continuing to find themselves consistently, within that top 20.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. I think so. Looking at that, well, let's look ahead to this next round of the playoffs. So
hold on, did anybody have Kyle Larson being that dookie?
No,
he's my race-winning pick.
And I know Hamlin had troubles, but
Larson was fighting for his life to stay on the lead lap. I just kind of read a thing, Twitter a little bit. Take it for what it's worth. Is Hendrick a little bit discombobulated, a little bit disoriented right now? Are they
they're
kind
not
of
performing where I think they should be.
Are they sleepwalking a little bit in the playoffs right now?
I got 2 points. One, I would say a little bit discombobulated, yes. And I'll go back to this. I don't want to say team chemistry is everything, but I thought there was that interview earlier in the year where they said like they're just not best friends off the track. And I'm not saying you need to be, but like, gee, I don't know. Don't you think that's a little bit weird, or no?
To a certain degree, yeah. I don't know. I just see some of the social media stuff they do, and it's like there's a road trip one, and it's them four in the vehicle, and like I just think like, dude, that's got to be a little bit of an awkward ride, don't you think?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't you think like they'd be, close knit friends? Like, as much time as I don't know. I guess maybe they spend too much time together in meetings every week that they're sick of each other. They need to, talk to somebody else. But I mean, if I'm Bowman, yeah, it's awkward as shit. Like, I hate going into Monday meetings and everybody's like, all right, yep, you guys are solid. You're locked in the playoffs. All right, 48 team. You're on the outside looking in, so let's figure it out this week. For Bowman, I think it's for sure awkward. Chase Elliott's as entertaining as a white wall. So
here's a question for you. Do you think at all that it maybe pisses some guys off a little bit with all the shit that Larson does midweek and then just shows up on Sundays? Go run a sprint car.
He doesn't do that now that the playoffs have started either.
Oh, I know, but when he's winning races in the regular season, I'm gonna fly all over the country and go race sprint cars on Wednesday night or Thursday night, or I'm gonna race a sprint car on Friday or Saturday night at Vegas, and then we're gonna race the Cup on Sunday. Like, you think that grinds some gears a little bit somewhere, or no? Or is it's just Larson doing Larson things?
I would say yes, it grinds a little bit of gears, but also like, do you think Mr. H is going to sit there and say no when he's top 3?
No, like, of course not. I'm just
now when you come into the Larson's notorious for. I feel like he's going for it. He's winning the race or he's smashing his stuff up. When he's flying around the country and every other week he's either winning the race or he's got a smashed up race car, I'd be like, all right, can you just lay off the sprint car for a few weeks and like focus on finishing a race and not smashing up your car? But how do you tell somebody? I mean,
well, I know he ain't never gonna tell him no. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it too much. I don't know.
I'm just gonna also say, like, I'm thinking about availability of a ride. Like, Paul Silva doesn't race unless Larson's not racing. And
no, well, I mean,
Elliott and Byron, when they jump in a super late model, it's somebody else's car.
Yep.
So
yeah, I don't know. I just didn't know. I thought, hey, come to mind, so I didn't know what you guys.
I don't think it's a factor, personally.
Okay, all right.
And then my other question is, how do you guys stand? You guys like this? Now we're getting into second round playoffs. Do you guys like this 1 point we're giving away for fastest lap?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I do.
Absolutely.
I just see.
I'm all about this because they're saying now that in the playoffs, they'll be able to only give that. They're thinking about changing it to only being able to give that to the fastest car in the playoffs.
No, you give it to the fastest car on the track. And if it's a guy that was in the playoffs and they finish outside of the top 20, you tech them.
Well, I too, yeah.
Because that's what happened to Larson
Yeah.
at whatever race. He wrecked out.
Yeah,
They took that
Mexico.
car to the garage.
Yeah.
No, this was after Mexico because that's when they figured out the game. And then the next time that happened,
Yeah. Last I saw, Allmendinger had the fast lap. Did he end up getting it?
he did get the fast
Yeah,
lap.
he got the fast lap, finished
Yeah.
P36.
Yeah.
Out.
He took that thing and he had no idea what he had for right side tires and he cooked them off in a quick 20 laps. But by golly, he got that playoff point.
He didn't get the playoff point because he's not in the playoffs.
Well, right.
He got the point.
Yeah.
But I mean, to be honest with you, I guess dude, honestly, I think just let it ride.
Rip.
Yeah.
Let it rip.
Don't take it off. Everybody knows the expectations.
Yep.
And for Larson, those couple of weeks to get smashed up, for him to take that thing in the garage and tune on it, and to go back out there and smack down the fastest lap is actually insane to think about.
See what I'm saying? It's that old. It's the old meme when you slap the wall and the car starts to handle a little better.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, that was the difference between whatever
Yeah.
seed was he the top seed coming into the playoffs?
Hey, can you imagine we get down to the championship race and we're 1 point different, and then the old fastest lap comes into play? Dude, Twitter will burn down. Oh, one could only pray that happens. Oh man.
But I guess before we get into looking ahead, I just want to get your guys' final thoughts on race grades and where you guys stand on the Saturday night. I saw Kevin Harvick was ripping NASCAR and having a Saturday night race, and look at the ratings, and you're up against college football, like get it all, stop racing on Saturday night. So I guess I just want to get your guys' thoughts. How you guys stand on Bristol as cut race, under the lights, where it's at. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
The statistic I saw on Twitter said it was the second highest watched sport of the weekend behind college football. I'm good with that.
Yep.
Like, college football is college football. That's a whole different breed, but like, I get it. It's still technically amateur sport. But when your ratings, well, yeah, I know. But when your ratings are down and your ratings and views are down, but you're also still the second highest viewed sport of the weekend, when you look at the NFL, who we're up against right now, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm good to let that rip. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's only, what is it, week 3 of college football? Like, you're always going to have the 1-3 seed game. You're always going to have the 14-13. You're always going to have that Saturday night game that everyone wants to watch. But like, at the end of the day, like, those same people watching college football might not even be racing fans to begin with. You might be tapping 2 completely different networks.
Well, let's look at this here too. You're never going to have a Sunday night race on this network, especially starting now, because you're going to have Sunday night football.
Yeah, NBC would never let that rip on a Sunday night, knowing they're the host of Sunday Night Football.
Correct.
It leaves you pretty limited in terms of options.
So,
and I'll be honest, I think the NASCAR crowd, I think, is more apt to watch a Saturday night race and skip a college football game versus a Sunday afternoon race skipping an NFL game.
Yep. 100%.
I don't know. I think bang up weekend across the board, from the tire to the race, under the lights, Saturday night cut line, whatever they do with the playoff format. I think keep Bristol under the lights and keep it a cut race, and I'll be pretty content.
You get me Bristol night race where we're not having to worry about having an extra set of tires. You'll get an A from me.
All right. All right.
I like tire wear, but I don't like that much tire wear.
I love it. I I love it.
All right.
But I guess yeah, and then I don't know if you guys want to do a little look forward here. We got 3 more races. We got 4 more guys to eliminate. Looking at the next stretch of races here, or the 4 guys below the cut line, we've got Cindric, Logano, Chastain, and Reddick. Cindric and Logano, or Cindric's 1 point below the cut. Logano and Chastain are 2. Reddick is 3. And we are headed to New Hampshire, Kansas, and the Roval.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just kick it to you guys and see.
I got a question. I don't know if you know the answer to this or not. With this stupid Roval that we got to eliminate this playoff thing, at the stage breaks, are they throwing cautions or are they just going to let them run and just award points?
No, they are throwing cautions.
Thank God. That was going to be my next gripe. These regular season races that they just, you get points and you just keep racing. I didn't care for that. So I don't know. When I look at my little grid challenge thing that I did, I mean, my top 8 outside of Van Gisbergen, who I had picked to get in there, I think we're probably all in the same boat in terms of our top 8. It's all the hammers. Larson.
The only one I'm concerned about,
okay,
that I had originally eliminated, but now might make his way in, is Logano.
Yep. So looking at it, I think the one that I'm the most concerned about, and Kansas will be his time to shine, is going to be Reddick.
I was going to say Bubba.
Reddick and Bubba. Well, nope, I have Bubba getting eliminated, by the way. So that answers that question for you.
Which I do as well, but
yeah.
So I'm going to throw this at you as well. Speaking of Kansas, going back to this Hendrick conversation, if Hendrick doesn't do good by Kansas,
that's a get right race for them for sure. Has to be.
If they don't do good at Kansas,
they might not have a car racing for a championship at the Final Four.
Bingo. It might be a Penske and Gibbs dominated playoffs.
Oh, and let's be honest, Gibbs is on a freaking heater right now anyways.
Yep.
So when I look at it going ahead, in reality, right, I had SVG getting in. The guys I have getting eliminated, Elliott, Bubba, Cindric, and then I had SVG getting eliminated.
I had Wallace, Cindric, Reddick, Logano getting eliminated. But I'm worried about that being accurate now.
That 22 team is kind of sneaky.
I'm worried about the 23 team.
Them too. That he could very well show up and win Kansas without a doubt.
Exactly.
That's going to be his shot. That's going to be his shot to get himself through. Buddy's looking at his computer screen pretty hard there.
Yeah. Wow. Scratching my brain here pretty hard. So here's who I eliminated. I eliminated Reddick, Bowman, Wallace,
yep,
and scratch your brain box, the 19 of Chase Briscoe.
Oh, baby. Yeah, but did you make this bracket before he went on that heater?
Yeah, I made it a couple weeks ago.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah. Um,
Oh,
at that time, he was racing about as good as his hairdo is, and that is
oh my. Sketchy?
that
Wow.
is no bueno, no bueno.
Wow.
I mean,
At what point do you just concede?
consider
He's just,
consider reseed.
Wow.
I mean, he's got those last couple he's hanging on to up top.
He's gotta have a
I do know.
he's gotta have a hat person. He can't get called without a hat.
I can't say anything being a little flop. What is it?
Yeah, but
Challenge
like
myself here.
I get that, but it's one thing to like take care of it. It's another thing to like fight for your life. Dude, it's like weather's getting cool around here. It's like that one tree that's got those last couple leaves you just can't get to blow off.
So, so, what do you think he says when he goes to the barber? Oh, I'll take a one on the sides and just trim up the top.
Can we get back to the racing?
I do know somebody who could. I do know somebody that could help him out there. And he got a new lift. His old 22 team. It was all of a sudden he came back. He came back from the off season one time. And it's like,
You won a championship
whoa!
after that.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa! Where did
Won a
that come
championship
from?
after it too.
Yeah,
New hairdo.
yeah. But
Oh,
honestly, I mean, he's sitting 10 to the good right now, and I mean,
yeah.
he's that that team
He'll be
is.
good at Kansas. He's a decent enough road racer. He'll be able to like if he's to the good going into the Roval, I think he'll be decent enough to hold his own.
Here's what I think why he's in good equipment, and I think he's just doing a good job of not that entire team is just doing a good job of not beating themselves.
Yep.
100%.
He's keeping it clean and running all the laps and getting good finishes. Pit crew's taking care of their stuff on pit road. They're just not beating themselves. And
But you can get away with that for one more round.
correct.
Yep.
And he's bad fast and they're not beating themselves. And so that is
You know who I do think is above the cut line that might be in trouble? We just kind of ragged on him a little bit, and I don't know. He's only 5 to the good, and that's Chase Elliott.
That's where I
He
was going.
he finishes that race, he changes the whole script on this playoff standings because he was 30, 35 to the good. You put Briscoe 5 to the good or 3 to the good, and you move Blaney down another spot, and he's up there with Larson and Bell, like 3,
This
4, 5.
this is reset with the playoff points that they've earned.
Correct. So he's somebody I'm looking at this going, man, Hendrick's been struggling. And now we're going to go to, yes, has he won the Roval? Yeah. But unfortunately, Christopher Bell is a pretty decent road racer himself.
Yep.
You're going to jam the SVG guy in there. He's going to have a crack at it if he stays out of trouble. Dinger, he'll be there. He's a decent enough road racer. He'll be able to figure it out. Like, I don't know if he goes into that Roval being in the red. I just think he's going to be in trouble. The 9 team is my team that might be hitting their red button here shortly.
here's and I don't know what they got to do to figure it out, but to that point, like I feel like we're going on this a little bit of stretch here of like Hendrick they win the regular season and then it's like
they disappear.
And I feel like we're staring down the same exact song and dance again. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad I only had one of the guys getting into the playoff or into the Final Four, because if I'd have had any more, I'd be mega concerned right now. And I probably had the fastest one of all right now, and it was Byron in my Final Four. Still not a lovely feeling, but yeah, I don't know. That's my team of concern right now.
I'll agree with that. And I would say, to be honest with you, I would say the team that I'm surprised that they're at where they're at is honestly the 45 team.
Yeah.
I think just across the board this year. Just
because they didn't win a race in the regular season, did they?
Nope.
They pointed their way in.
Yep.
I would have bet against that before the season started. He is somebody I had pegged to win 2 or 3 races.
And that's why I'm a little bit surprised where they're at. I mean, ownership might be a little bit distracted.
Little bit.
But I mean, honestly, that's 2 people that we all know. It's not for lack of equipment, and you got 2 owners that are committed and expecting you to win races. And so I would just say that's the surprise team, and not in a good way. Did not have the 45 team sitting where they're at.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep. You got, again, it's another round of 3 drastically different racetracks. You got a flat 1 mile, you got Kansas, and you got the Roval.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll see.
All right. Any final thoughts here with Bristol, the playoffs, before we move on here?
Oh, I think we're good. Pumped a few guys up, ragged on a few guys, talked about some tires. All right.
It's a good time for NASCAR right now.
So, all right, let's move on to the news here. Got a little bit, but we got our spread up pretty well here. So, who's going first?
Me in blue. Colleague, they have kind of stated or hinted at that they have their drivers lined up for their Ram Truck Series program. They're planning to announce them within the next week or so. They are waiting for Ram to go ahead and give them the green light to do so. So they have their guys just waiting to make that public. In kind of a surprising development, talking to the Truck Series, Jeff Stankiewicz has left CR7 Motorsports amid a playoff run with Grant Enfinger. Michael Shelton will take over the crew chiefing duties for that group. This kind of forces the withdrawal of Carson Quapple from the second truck they were planning to run at New Hampshire this weekend. So a very sudden change for that group and organization collectively. So that doesn't happen without a decision being taken very lightly. So we'll see kind of where he ends up. Kind of in ARCA news, I guess, if you'd say it, ARCA news, automotive social media news. Cletus McFarland says in his post-race interview from Bristol that he will be back in ARCA in 2026 on a part-time basis. So you could probably expect Daytona, Talladega, Bristol, and Charlotte tracks that he'd run this year. So we'll see where he ends up. next year in terms of ARCA schedule. And then, because we can't talk racing without talking about investigations of some kind, Rockingham Speedway is under investigation after receiving $375,000 from the county, which surrounds an unpaid bill for safer barriers that the county commissioner's office voted on and was approved to give to them. So basically, the question is around that money being approved in a vote that was not handled properly. So, yeah. So somebody picked up the tab on that one. So,
yep. IndyCar has announced their schedule for next year. Some of the big key points on this: no Thermal Club and no Iowa this year, and IndyCar posted a big thank you to to Iowa, both the Speedway and the race fans for their contributions over the years. WeatherTech Laguna Seca is now the championship race. Milwaukee gets a 2-race weekend again. And NASCAR gets 2 doubleheader weekends with them. The first one being the trucks at St. Petersburg, and then the Xfinity and Cup weekend at Phoenix.
Yep.
At the beginning of the year. So, Sunshine Tyler Courtney will be in the Kubota High Limit Racing broadcast booth for the remainder of the year as he continues to recover from his racing accident that he had. Basically, he'll be the driver analyst for the final 12 races of that season. So, still staying involved with the series, just in a different capacity. So, Matt Tifft announces that May 2nd will be the reopening race for the Manfield Speedway that he's been working on over the past handful of months. Late models and fast sprint cars are going to be racing for $5,000, and then the modifieds will race for $2,000 as the opening race for that track, and it's reopened. And then in sadder news, the Wissota Racing Association announced that Wissota board member Scott Engver passed away in an accident that occurred at the I-94 EMR Speedway during its Wissota 100 weekend this past weekend.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yep.
Part of racing.
Yeah. Never good when you read the social media when it says we will resume racing when feel appropriate. Mm-hmm. Kind of leaves you in a very eerie feeling. So,
not to be morbid, but switching to a little bit more interesting news here. Hunt Front Super Dirt Series announces Blue-Gray Championship weekend for the series. Will expand to 2 days with $8,000 to win on Friday and a cool $35,000 to win finale on Saturday evening. So, Hunt Front Super Dirt Series, paying out some respectable purses and continuing to do some unique things with that series. So, be interesting to see that. In a Flow Racing article, Rusty Schlenik says he has a broken bone in his foot, bruised ribs, and a strained neck following his wicked wreck at the World 100. The Ironman late model points leader says, I'll figure out how to drive. So, again, topics that you never want to cover in racing is injuries. So, hoping for a speedy recovery for him. But sounds like he's in good spirits if he's saying he's just got to figure out how to drive. So, staying in the dirt late model scene there, Mikey Marlar departs Skyline Motorsports, will drive for his former car owner Ronnie Delk with a sponsorship from Skyline Motorsports owner Greg Bruning, and will run I'll say true outlaw schedule, kind of pick and choose a schedule in 2026, and potential starts with Delk as soon as later this year. So, don't want to say that was expected, but just Mikey hasn't quite had the year that anyone thought he would. So not super surprising, I guess. And then lastly, in the great state of Iowa, Hawkeye Downs announces the Dirt at the Downs 2025 with a series of dirt races on the quarter-mile track, including mods, sport mods, hobby stock, and stock cars. Schedule will run September through October 19th. So always good when you see a track, asphalt track, posting videos of dump trucks with dirt and dumping it on the dirt track, on the asphalt track. So be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, they got quite the schedule. I just kind of caught that. They got a lot of racing yet to go on. So hopefully the weather cooperates for them. It's cool they're doing that. So,
well, that wraps up the news for the week here. And as we always do, time to crown a Wheelman of the Week. We got a few nominees. Staying pretty regional, or guys from the region, I guess you would say. So I'll be intrigued to see where we kind of go with this one. How do you want to split this up? Or you want me to just rattle through them?
I'll take the top two.
Okay.
Take the middle two.
All right. Rattle them off.
All right. Jason Fager sweeps the weekend at Davenport with the Mars Late Model Series. So point leader, won both features at Davenport. Having a really solid weekend there. He also finished second on the Sunday night race as well. Nick Nolden gets his first Big 8 Late Model Series win at the Dells as a part of the National Short Track Championship weekend. So cool to see that. A weekly guy at the Dells. Had a big weekend when the big boys with the Big 8 showed up. So cool to see him get a win on the weekend.
On your local scene, short track scene here in Wisconsin here, Jared DeBoer wins his first Tundra race, defending the home turf back at Marshall Motor Speedway this past weekend. So big win for him. And then staying in the area, we talked about it. He's becoming a threat to win every time he shows up. Ty Fredrickson dominates his second Alive for 5 super late model race of the year at Dells Raceway Park. So 2 asphalt super late model guys making a case for themselves this week.
Sticking on the asphalt side, especially with the National Short Track Championships, Tyler Sauter sweeps the CWRA races at Dells Raceway Park for the Short Track Championships. And then Bill Balog captures his third World of Outlaws win of 2025. First win in California. And he holds off David Gravel as well.
So do we just want to go top 3 and then eliminate from there?
Sure. I mean, I got my one.
Or we're going to go top 2. Top 2 and then go from there.
You guys go first, and we'll figure it out from there.
All right, Cam, go ahead.
I got 2 contenders. And I'll say number 1, Fredrickson taking the field that he did to school at Dells. I think is a nominee. And then out of spite, anytime you can paddle the number 2 team at Big Game Motorsports, you're definitely in the conversation. So Bill Balog is my other one.
All right.
Yeah, I think this is an interesting. We got quite the array of guys this week. I'm gonna have to say my top 2 are going to be Jason Fager sweeping the weekend at Davenport. That place is kind of tricky to get around. He's also the point leader, so there's a little pressure there. I'll go Fager, and I think I got to go Freddie.
Okay.
So I got Fredrickson I got Freddie and Fager. Got the F bunch going tonight.
Okay. Well, my one that I was going to go with was Bill Balog.
I should have known. Yep.
But if I had to pick a second,
Yeah.
I would go with Freddie.
All right. So it's going to be Freddie.
It's going to be Freddie because we all 3 had him.
Yep, little Freddie.
Okay. Which that means that's a new wheelman for us.
Yep, that's another new winner. How many different
I got it right here. We are at 24.
24 different winners.
Yeah, we've
Wow.
had four guys repeat.
Yeah. Well, golly. All right. Sweet.
All right. Um, let's look at some races here. Schedules are out on some of the social medias, not all of them, but they're on some of them.
They are on the rest.
They are on the rest. Perfect.
Posted just before we started. Yep.
Giddy up. So we'll just kind of hit on a few of them here, and we'll do our typical allotment of races. So Cam, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, hopping into the Dirt Super Late Model World. Dirt Kings at Plymouth Saturday night for the season finale. And again, got another good points battle here. 12 points separate the top two. So can't ask for much more going into a season finale. And then Lucas Oil is at Knoxville for the Late Model Nationals Thursday through Saturday. And notoriously, Jonathan Davenport's favorite place after he said that place is a dump last year.
All right. Real quick, IRA Sprint Cars. It is getting close to be championship weekend for them. They got a couple of races at Jackson Speedway. High Limit, they'll have a busy weekend as well. They'll be at Lawrenceburg on Wednesday, and then they'll be a part of the weekend at Eldora. World Outlaws, they're at Thunderbolt at Tulare. But then the big one I'm watching, the Four Crown Nationals. You got High Limit there on Friday and Saturday, but you also got the USAC, all three USAC series, the Sprint Cars, the Midgets, and Silver Crown there for their big ones. So really looking forward to that one. 15 grand to win for each of the divisions on Saturday.
Solid. On the asphalt side of things, Midwest Truckers, they got 2 days of racing at the Wisconsin State Championships at Jefferson. So Friday, Saturday. They will have 2 nights of racing there. And then Saturday, the All-Star Challenge Series rolls into town on Saturday night. So they'll be joining the truckers. And then Midwest Tour heads to Elko on Saturday. And then Trucks and Cup Series head to New Hampshire with the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series having a weekend off.
I'm going to add on to that. Wheel and Modifieds are at New Hampshire as well, the Truck Series, which is always a big one for them.
Yep, for sure. All right. Well, we're going to do some race picking here.
Yeah, and since you picked your old boy Larson last week, you get to go first this week.
Yep. All right.
Those are updated points as well, so.
Yeah, I mean, this camp is on a hot streak right now. They're on a heater. Chris Gabehart said anybody in this room could win a championship. He's not sure which door number it'll be. He's just being honest. Give me the 20 of Christopher Bell.
Okay. Cam, you're up next.
Rebound week. Give me the 5-team Kyle Larson.
Jeepers.
Pick stands. Give me the other hot car out of that stable for JGR. Give me Chase Briscoe.
He was between Briscoe or Gibbs. They finished 1-2 last year. And for Briscoe to do that in a Stuart Haas car kind of says a lot. As they were on the outs.
Yep.
So.
All right.
Yep.
Any final thoughts here, fellas? We covered a lot of stuff, mainly NASCAR stuff, obviously, but getting ready for another round of playoffs. Got some great racing coming up this coming weekend. Who knows where we'll all be. And yeah, obviously we got the cup race to wrap the whole entire weekend up. So any final thoughts here, fellas?
No, it's a good time talking NASCAR. And again, it's a fun time of year. Storylines, racing, championship season, all the above.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and as we get into the fall season here, again, tracks are wrapping up their seasons. You got a ton of fall specials going on. Make sure to visit your local short tracks. help them finish the year off strong. Be sure to like our socials as well. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, the old TikTok machine as well. Like, comment, subscribe. Give your suggestions for a Wheelman of the Week as well. We're always looking to hear from you guys as well. So until next time, though, we'll see you next week on the Tuesday Track Talk.